Hello guys and welcome to Mrc-X round 11 here in Spa-Francorchamps. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing because again, like I said, Chris Bailey in another title fight coming to the end of an Mrc-X season, but this time his normal championship protagonist is pretty out of the loop, is Mr. Saviour, but this time he's got the almighty Kid Dynamite to deal with. You've got Baby Hornet leading the Challenger Tier Championship with Red slowly but surely closing that gap, hot on his tail. And the the Comp Tier Championship leader, Stoob, also racing as well, so he could throw some fire amongst the, I'm just going to say pigeons, but that's fine. But tonight, I'm joined by the King of Lions, former Mrc-X Challenger Tier champion, former what is now Comp Tier champion, and just general MRC guy, also a former Mr. Mrc-X himself. It's Simba the Lion King. How are you?
Good evening, good evening, good evening, Connor. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. It's good to have you back. We haven't. It's been a whole 3 weeks since we've been together on comms.
3 weeks? It used to be every week at one point.
It actually was. Well, we were on tier one, elite tier, not too long ago. So, yeah. Martin said it's a wet to dry race.
Ooh, interesting. Although it's Spa, I wouldn't expect any less.
Yeah, it's not Spa without any rain, is it? So.
Nope. I believe we've got Nick just coming up to launch him on if you're winning an onboard lap.
Yeah, I might have to take Nick for the onboard lap. He's coming up to the bus stop. Well, it's not the bus. No, I don't have the slightest clue where you brake, but it's probably around about the white line on the floor. You swing it and you got to try and hit the apex, but then let it run wide on the exit to get the best sort of traction and best run out of the corner. Now it's into Eau Rouge and Radion. This is one of the hardest corners on the thing, even though it's flat out, but there's a massive bump in the middle that could just throw you off at any point now down the Kemmel Straight. It's just a long run. This is where you see all the overtakes get made in the race, but you need your wings lower here, but you break at 50 meters, you swing it in. He's missed the apex, and now this tight and twisty section, you just got to search for traction the whole way around. That one's almost flat out if you can get it correct. Now you've got the never-ending right-hander, which again is just a search for traction the whole way round. Now into No Name. It literally does have no name, I'm not lying. And then now he's got to run down. You've got three flat-out right-handers. It's Puon. One of my favourite corners. It's just so sweeping and beautiful. Now into the tight and twisty S section of the track. You've got to find the breaking point, hit the apex here, search for the traction, hit the apex on the next one, and then not run too wide because you can invalidate your lap very easily. But he's absolutely nailed it. Now he's coming. Oh, he's had a bit of a twitch on the exit, but now you've got almost a straight all the way down now to the bus stop chicane. It's the longest lap on the calendar here, I believe. I could be wrong with that, but I think it's the longest lap on the calendar. But now this left-hander, it's almost blindsides you, but it is there, and you can feel it in these cars. Now into the breaking point, you've got to pick 100 meters for the bus stop. You've got to hit the first one, and the second one again is just a huge search for traction on the exit, but he's found it beautifully, and the banker time is going to be a 43.0. Could you do better than that, Simba?
Probably not at the moment. I'm way off the pace these days. I mean, I've had faster laps than that, but currently, no, I wouldn't get better.
Yeah, I mean, Belgium's a track that's like, for me, hit and miss. I don't think
It's
I've ever
a
had a
very
good
Marmite
result
track. The problem is with it being such a long lap, one mistake and you've got so long before you can retry.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like, and then if you're doing like a slow out lap as well, it feels like you're taking forever to even get round there, doesn't it? Smith, a 1:45.8. Is he in an F1 car or a boat? I don't know, but Chris Bailey is on mediums, that is for sure. He's probably going to go fastest on mediums, isn't he, here?
Probably, because he is absolutely ridiculous on mediums, is Mr. Bailey.
Well, he's ridiculous in general, but yes, on mediums he is in particularly ridiculous. I would agree with that. But
he seems to have an affinity with those mediums.
I genuinely think maybe if he qualified in elite tier on mediums, he might beat you, Joni.
If they both went on mediums, maybe.
Your Joni's, yeah, he is just a bit too good. He probably should be racing with Jarno up there and people like that, but you know.
I don't think he's quite Jarno level yet, but
Ant says hello.
He's
hello,
definitely,
Ant.
he's definitely up there. He's very, very quick.
I think if he actually practiced more than he does, because from what I've heard, he comes on about half an hour before a race, does about 5 TT laps, and then goes into the race and smashes everyone. So if he practiced more, he could probably be on that level.
As well.
So let's see what's Bailey going to do. He's not going to go fastest,
P2.
at least for the time being. So maybe that Nick BT lap was just a very, very good lap. Let's see what single track can do. He's also on the mediums.
But we've got to bear in mind here, Nick's is on softs, Chris's is on mediums, and he's only just over a tenth behind.
To be honest though, I actually thought Chris would beat him on the mediums. Not saying that.
See how much the single track gets on.
Yeah, he's on a flyer on the medium, so he's gone for the same strategy as Chris here. I wonder if they're all thinking about using the softs in the race, which they probably are, as I've heard that it's meant to be a wet to dry, so they may be looking for softs after that wet period.
Our Simon would like to say moist.
Yes. Moist. I really hope he's not watching, because that might, if you just said that, that might be the reason he did the 147.1, because he started gagging halfway around his lap.
I've only just said it and he's in the pit lane, so it's all good.
We've got to say we're on board with him for his next quali lap then. But
I will.
Let's see what single track can do. That's not a bad time on mediums when you consider the fact that he's the second fastest medium runner and he's only 1.2 off Chris Bailey. Not that I'm patronising Martin in any way, but what a good lap that is from the debutant, the new guy in MRC, Jinxie.
I mean, that on mediums is a normal person's lap.
Yeah, that's like a non-alien lap. Yeah, I agree.
We know Chris is an alien on mediums, and he doesn't get much faster on the softs.
Yeah, knowing Chris, that'll probably be his fastest time of this session, to be honest.
But it's possible.
Let's see what Ghost Rider can do. I've just realised, I don't know if people have paid any attention to my Discord post earlier where I've said pick colours of your favourite driver. But there are some obscure liveries out there, so I think they might have done without actually posting them. But I don't want to guess them and look like an idiot.
Some have obviously already got their liveries set up days in advance.
Yeah, then next week I'm going to put it out earlier. I'm going to do a new one. But I don't know what to do. You see, G-Star's gone for an all-green car. He's in the pitch right now. But I honestly thought he'd just go with Max Verstappen, and green has nothing to do with Max Verstappen, so...
So maybe they didn't get the memo.
Yeah, sadly. Well, let's see what Ghost Rider can do in the middle sector. A 15.7, that's... I think if I remember right, it's only about second off Chris Bailey, so... He might be looking at around about P4 or P5 here. Ghost Rider, that could be a good little time from him. He's looked... he's just hit the grass, though. Which is not going to help him at all.
Very committed through Blanchimont, though.
Yeah, he was really committed. It was quite crazy.
Hooked up the curbs nicely on the bus stop. Let's see what he can put
in.
He
did. 44.7. Yeah, that's pole currently for the challengers here, so... Not a bad time at all. But the mighty, the championship leader, has entered the track. Mr. Kid Dynamite.
Still on an outlap. I'm just keeping an eye on the current GOAT, Mr. Saviour.
The current GOAT, yeah, he is the current GOAT. He is currently on the beach in Spain.
Well, I don't think he's on the beach while he's racing, but yeah.
Well, no, but you know what I mean. He's in Spain.
43.4. Good lap.
Yeah, that is a good lap. A very, very good lap, actually. Considering he's back on controller for this race as well and done no practice.
It's quite soon after him going to a wheel. He's not going to have lost anything, is he?
No. But let's put it this way: at 4 o'clock today, he had the game downloading on his console.
If I try and go back to a controller, I am so slow because I've been on the wheel for 3 years.
Have you tried it? Just out of pure curiosity.
Yeah, I tried it a month or so back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's got its
Racing against some work
disadvantages.
colleagues in a 25% Austria. I gave up after about 6 laps.
Was you like last even in comparison to them?
No, but I was losing about a second a lap to Rob.
Okay.
So then I plugged my wheel back in and swapped over and caught him and won the race.
That's evil. You could have given him a chance. Let's see who's on. Let's go and watch the man, the championship leader, coming down the Kebble straight, Mr. Kid Dynamite. Let's see what he can do. 30.1 in the first sector. I'm not going to act like I know if that's quick or not, but it's Kid Dynamite, so it probably is.
Well, it was a purple first sector, but I know that only means fastest of about the 5 that are in that section.
Yeah, so he's just told me in DMs, by the way, that he's going to be absolutely terrible tonight.
Could be fake psychology, could this?
So
knowing you'd probably pass it on to Chris Bailey, and then he's going to relax, thinking, "Oh yeah, I've got this one easily."
So yeah, no, well this is what, yeah, I was just about to add. So this basically means Kid is about to get a win by about 25 seconds.
I'm expecting this lap to be like a 141 or something.
And I'm gonna go, if you just give your control, your wheel to Eugenie or something, or your account to Eugenie. Can you imagine if Eugenie raced X? I think I'd probably not allow him to race just to give everyone else a chance.
He can race once every 3 weeks.
Even then, he'd still win the championship. There you go.
42-2.
Wow! I'm so slow. I'm so bad. Look at me. I'm 8/10 ahead of anyone.
My prediction was 2.5 tenths off.
That's just crazy.
And here comes Mr. Bailey. We're getting 42.5.
The issue is, because the track's so long, it's going to be a real challenge for Bailey to actually get in and out.
Unless he's fueled for another lap.
Yeah, but will the tyres last that lap? That's the thing.
Let's go on board with Mr. Moist.
Ah, Moisty.
He's invalidated, so...
Oh, well, there you go. The Moist is just a jinx for him. By the way, he is running a Charles Leclerc livery.
Waste of time.
Well, he did it. He was going to use this for the special race on Wednesday. Then realised it was World Champions, and obviously Leclerc hasn't reached that feat. So then
I'm not sure we ever will, but...
So please, can we not talk about that? But Alonso... So he went for an Alonso-inspired one instead. And he should...
I think the only way Leclerc's going to win a championship is if he's got a car that ridiculous that nobody can touch him.
Yeah, but then next season he's got a 7-time world champion as his teammate. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's another problem for him. Although it's going to be, even if we knew he goes there, it's going to be minimum 2026 before that car's in his grasp.
Yeah, well, luckily for Leclerc, Hamilton's washed, so he's
we'll
lucky.
See.
Yeah, but
42.7 from single track.
Very, very good lap. Thing is, that will be his last lap of the session unless he's got enough life to get them. Let's have a look at Jamer. He's one of the most improved drivers in MRC this season, without a shadow of a doubt. He's running an American flag. I wonder what country he's from.
I have not a clue.
That's a really tough guess if you look at his car. 44-0.
It's so tough I wouldn't even like to try and guess it.
No, I wouldn't want to be offensive in case he turns out he's from like Malaysia because they have a very similar flag, and then I'm like, well, I'm an idiot, aren't I?
I believe Jamer is actually from America, but...
Yeah, I think he is. I hope so anyway. But, Martin is running a Devon-inspired livery. He said it represents his mum and where he's from, so...
Fair play.
What a lap from Jinxie. This guy, the new guy, he's really setting a little standard for everyone.
42.6. Smith's just done a 44.9, which is likely his last attempt. We've got a good few guys coming on an outlap now.
So I've heard a rumour that LRL is absolutely cooking, and he's been practicing all day, even though he's been a reserve. And he said he's going to win.
Oh, fair enough.
But he hasn't set a lap yet.
Here comes Mr. Blowhole and Mr. Dynamite.
Yeah, they're both going to get their one last lap in. Single track doesn't look like he's going to. What about Nick BT? Can he challenge that time from Kid Dynamite? We know he's quicker. He's in the expert tier these days, but I think that's more due to assists rather than ability, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I think it's because he doesn't want to drop the ABS.
Well, I don't want doesn't get, sadly. From now on, you suck it up. That's what I say.
Harsh, Mr. Collar, harsh.
Well, true as well, though. But let's see what he can do in the first sector. I think we've already gone past the first sector, and I've absolutely bottled that. Yeah, brilliant. I have.
Saviour was ever so slightly up in the first sector.
Yeah, he certainly was. I can tell he hasn't done much, hasn't had much time to practice, because he's running a very bland livery by his standards today.
Maybe because he's on holiday, his girlfriend won't do one for him.
Yeah, that means I can actually slack it on. It's absolutely terrible, Saviour, I won't lie.
I bet he pops up afterwards and goes, she made that.
He shows her the video, oh no, I'm in trouble. See, LRL's come out. LRL is my tip for pole. I think he's going to take it.
I think the last person on track is Chris.
Saviour is 1 second down on his time, so he's not going to improve.
We'll watch Mr. Bailey, see how he gets on this final run.
Kid Dynamite is just behind him, by the way, so I will go to him after I've been to Nick BT, who's just about to complete his
they've
lap.
actually swapped positions then.
Yeah. Oh, what a lap from Nick BT.
That's cheeky from Mr. Dynamite, going behind Chris to try and pull his toe down the camel.
Yeah, Martin just explained his livery again. I think I got it right. That's what I think. I think I did anyway, because he said it in Discord earlier. So let me have a look. It's the colours of the Devon flag. Yeah, I think that's what I said. I could be wrong. Oh, Kid Dynamite's ruined his lap. Gone straight on at the end of the camel.
So it's all down to Mr. Bailey now.
Yeah, I think we will go with Bailey on stream as well.
He's just coming up to poo on.
What did you say his first sector was like?
I didn't actually see it.
Okay. Right, well, we'll see at the end of the second sector. Is he going to be up on his time? That is the main question right now. He looks very, very good. Oh, he's invalidated. He ran a little bit wide. Oh, Chris.
2/10 down when he crossed it. I think he would have been slightly up as well.
Yeah. I agree. He was ready, but those mistakes happen when you're absolutely pushing to the limit. But Anton's about to put it in. Oh, he's front row.
P2.
Look at the split, 1200s. Wow.
Where did that come from? From Mr. French Scouser, Portuguese, whatever he actually is.
Yeah, he's from somewhere. That's all I know. But wow, what a lap that was. I flicked to it at the end and I saw his delta time. I was like, what? He's on a flyer. He was 1.8 seconds up on his lap.
Well, he needed to be. He was right down the bottom.
Yeah. But he's actually decided to not qualify on wets for once, and he's put it on the front row. Has Chris done this to activate Das plan, though, with his elite tier teammate? Kaiser Soze says, good luck, guys. Good to see you here. Good. Thank you for supporting. As always, don't forget to leave a like as well. Otherwise, Mark Hodgson will witch hunt you at the end. LRO did not take pole, so that means he's doing a last to first challenge. Okay, brilliant. Cheers for letting me down, Stefan. But Why did Kid go in the pits? Why didn't he just cross the line?
Chris did the same thing, didn't he?
It just takes so long, guys. Come on. There you go. Right, so your grid for Mrc-X. Kid Dynamite takes the win. Anton will be on the front row with him. Nick BT in third. Chris Bailey fourth. Jinxie on his debut in fifth. Single track sixth. Pole for the Challenger tier. Stoob, what a lap that is. I didn't even notice that, but that's a brilliant lap from Mr. Stoob. Mark H in P8 to make it an all T-side fourth row. G-Star in P9, Saviour P10. Baby Hornet in P11. Armor Red in P12. That's huge for Baby Hornet as Armor Red is the title contender. Ghost Rider P13, Lorpy P14, Carlin P15, J-Mer P16, Sam Barrel P17, Smith P18, Quimo, one of the new drivers as well, in P19, and LRL will start stone dead last after doing after doing all day of practice and still failing. But who's your prediction to win?
I really don't know. I think it's going to be between Kid, Ant, and Chris.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the runaway from Prix as well. I'm going to go with Chris, you know.
I'd love to, but I don't want to jinx him.
But this is a good little side to start the race, isn't it? A bit of wet.
Ooh,
5-minute break. Oh god, I better announce the start time, hadn't I?
It's Simon's favourite. Moist.
Oh, Mark's done it. Legend. Right, so we go at 8 o'clock. So that is the plan. But yes, Simon will be absolutely loving this. A slip and slide in the moist, wet weather.
Yeah, I mean, we know how much he loves moist and everything associated with it.
Oh
Somebody's
god, someone's
the button.
readied up. Oh no. Who readied up? Well, that's going to be a red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we will
Be back.
be back soon. If I can remember how to end the stream. There you go. Right.